share screen. Right, this is my face. So let me explain the reason debug earlier. I'm gonna hide this one. So even though I imported tool here on second line here, but inside my function, when I console log it, the tool is an empty object, as you can see here. It does recognize it a tool as an object or a model or just an object, right? But there's nothing inside, because inside my tool model, if you take a look at line number 3, I actually import review, right? I import review inside my tool model, and then at the last line, at the bottom, very bottom here, I export tool. But at the same time, inside my review model, I import tool again on the second line, right? That means like I run into a circle, or you can call it a cyclic dependency, something like this. Cyclic dependency. You may see this a couple of times in your career. So that's why I cannot use the tool yet, because when I first use the review, the tool is not yet defined, and that's why even though I import it here, it doesn't work. So there are 2 ways to fix it, right? 2 ways. The first way, you're gonna import tool inside the function. You import the tool inside the function. So I'm gonna prove it. It still work here. So I save it. I move the tool where I define the tool inside the function. This function, right? And I will show you that it's work. So right now, go away the faces. Right now, I have no review yet, right? And the rating is 0 and 0. So I'm gonna create a new review with the rating is 2. Okay, successfully created. And now if you take a look at the tool, right, you see it works. The rating changed. There's one review that rate this tool, and the average rating is 2. Okay, now I'm gonna let's not delete it yet. I'm gonna log in with another account and make another review, right? So another account, body, and this one George, and the password is 5. I'm not sure. Yes, exactly. Password is 5. I log in as George, and I'm gonna create another. Let's say for China is safe, and then create. Damn. Now you can take a look. 2 person review this, and the average rating is 2. 2 plus 4, and you divide by 2 is 3. Actually 3. Yeah, correct. Everything is correct, right? So now I'm gonna delete one. I'm gonna delete one review here, and I'm gonna copy the I'm gonna copy the review here, the ID here, and delete it. So I'm gonna delete. Okay, done. And I'm gonna get again. So to change back to 2 and 1, which is good, right? So everything is fine. So that's one way to fix it. You import in inside the function here. That means you import locally inside the function, inside the scope of the function. And when this function or this method runs, it's actually the tool model is actually already defined. So we get the expected results. Another fix is that we can use something like this. We can do Mongoose dot model, and then here's the name of the model tool. Right. So I'm gonna disable these 2 lines. So Mongoose model, and you have tool in here. Basically, it's the same as you calling the model tool. You don't have to import it. You can call it like this. And then I'm gonna. So I already did delete the review, so I'm not gonna add another new one. So this one is gonna be 5 and super save. Send it. Then take a look at the model here, the tool here, right? It works, right? Everything works fine. So that is the actually no, but like there are many ways to do one thing. Actually, even in the other framework, for example, I used to do with Flask, Python Flask, right? When calling the model, you also have two ways to call the model. This is one way, and this is another way. You have to import it and call it. So that's why the naming here is very important here. The name here is very important. And the tool here has to be exact name this as this, right? There's nothing different in the speed at all. But doing this way, you don't have to import tool. Actually, this way, I think this way is a little bit faster. You don't have to import the tools at all. So you can save one line of code, right? So any question? I think now you learn something new. Mongoose.model tool, you don't have to import. I think that's it. So I'm gonna attach this video to the other video and to link this one to the other one. So, and actually I have a comment down here. So at the minute 48, you can skip like 5 or 10 minutes. Fast forward, you don't have to watch the whole pain in the ass debugging. And yeah, that's it. Question? Yes. If you use model export Mongoose, yes, this is the same. So the first time I did it step by step so that you can follow and understand each line of code. But if you look at the documentation, sometimes they will do just this. Like that. Actually, this line is not really needed. It doesn't do anything else. So yeah, same thing. Yep, it's kind of like it's not really a global and local problem, but it's kind of like you import in a cycle. You're calling each other in a cycle. You're calling to the two models here. The two models here calling each other in a cycle. And if you research about it, it should be as I said here. What? All right. Whatever. Click on this. And in the description here, I explain it in minute 48. So in the future, how can we recognize this error? Actually, I when I ran into that bug, I had kind of like a clue, but I didn't want to like waste a lot of time, more time to debug it. So and just after the video, after I finish the video, I just do one shot, and I will show you. There is one shot, and I forgot the actually the way I shot is kind of very straightforward. Why does the mongoose not really when you import a model and then you call it inside another model, it return an empty object? Yeah, just like that. And magic, like the first answer pop up. Yeah, and that answer show you two ways to fix the problem as well. It's like you just need 1 minute, and then when you read that answer, you understand the right way. For me, actually, because I ran into this problem a lot in Python Flask, in Mongoose, like this first time I experienced this, because in Mongoose you basically you have a model, and that model is going to be an object, so the order doesn't really matter much. This is the first time I ran into this problem in Mongoose. So it's where I kind of like get a hint, but I'm not so sure. Okay, so that's how you. Sometimes you just need to Google and the answer pop up right away. So you don't have to wait too much time trying to think on your own. Right. Okay. And do you have any questions about the lab? Yeah, kind of like half of it come from experience with Python, and half of it from the internet. Okay, and let me. Yes, keyword Google is a good. Yeah, if you like um, senior or even junior, even intermediate, we all Google, but we Google a little bit differently. We know the keywords, right? Even if we don't know the keyword, we kind of like get a hint where things go wrong, right? And then we focus on that step. So just like how I debug, and I found out the problem right away is where the tool is where right here. So that's why I skip this part and move on to the next milestone so that I don't waste your time. And then I go back Google. That's it. So don't feel ashamed like Google. Even Charles, he Google a lot, man. Every time I ask him, he go, it's like what? Why why shouldn't I just Google instead of asking him something like that? So don't worry. And let me talk about quickly. Talk about the milestone 4 and 5 and 6, right? So basically, in part 2 here, you will learn how to send a query, send all the query in your URL, in the URL like this, right? So here you want to send a number in the URL. So all the query will follow after the question mark, right? This is a question mark, and it's a star of the queries. This one is one query, and then every query will be separated by an n symbol here, right? So this is the end of the first query, duration equal 5. And you can see this is the value that you will receive in your JavaScript code. And this is the second query. Here we go, right? Second query, and it ended at the end symbol. So the third one is going to be average rating. Rating average is 4. So all information here will become string, right? It will become string. It's not um, a number. It's string. All of them. So all of them will become string. So that's how you send a query, a basic query. But you can also send an array. You can also send an array, like so. So this is how you send an array. So category array category, but inside that you have 2 elements, right? The first element is this, and then you use the n, and then you call that keyword again, the category array, and another value. So you will have in the body you will have it's not really in the body, it's in the request of queries. uh, is it request a param or request a query? I'm not sure. I have to check this one. Request a query. So this one is wrong. I don't know why I said it was stupid of me. So this one is request.query. It's not param, sorry. Request.query. So take note of this, right? Take note. Request.query. And question from Wing request.param, take the ID, request.query, get any query within the question mark. Yeah, that follow after the question mark. Correct me. So this is how you send a query with an array. Right? It also works with object. So like this. If you want to send, you run a query with this condition, right? I think before that it's very hard to do it, but I don't know why recently it's very easy. You can just send a query like this, duration, and then the bracket here. Inside the bracket, you have a keyword, right? The key. This is the key or the property name, $sign LT. And in your code, you can copy and paste. Not really copy and paste. You can do request dot query. So request dot query will be the whole object here. Request dot query. It will be the whole object here. So you don't have to, well, it's very easy. You just do console log to read on the value in there. It's not that hard. Yeah, it's easy. So for sorting, so this is how I show you how to filter a little bit, all right? And so now we move on to sorting. Sorting is also simple. You want to select the field that you want to sort, the field that you want to sort. You can sort on the name, on the email, on the tool name, on the description, anything. So you also send a query like this. You sort by price, sort by price, and then inside the query here. So there's some trick here. So if you do await here, right? Let query equal to await. I'm gonna make it bigger. So if you do let query equal to await in 205, that query, the whole query will be executed right away. So if you don't have await, so the whole query here is actually a query. This one will be a query. You build a query, and then you can chain them all together. For example, so you execute the way, like just put await before the query, and it will execute the whole query for you. So right here, if you want to chain more query into the original one, like here, you can do like short, right? Query dot short, or you can do it like this. Let tools equal await tool file dot short. The same, they are the same. Or you can break it out by multiple steps. Let query equal to tool dot file, and then query dot short, and then tools equal await dot query. That still work. So basically they are the same. So here's a trick that if you want to chain more query into the original one, and this one is the same. So if you want to sort in descending order, I expect that you guys already know this from Mongo syntax. Just put the the how do I say the minus or the dash here in the front of the field. For example, sort equal minus price, right? And you can also sort multiple fields. For example, price will be the primary field, and after the price, what if you have the two tools that have the same price? Now you have to look at the secondary field, which is the rating average or the average rating. You want to the lower rating to be first. This is stupid. Normally we want to have the higher rating above. So yeah, so this is how you sort with the secondary field, or in table you can call it a secondary column, right? And you have to, this is just a split and join, don't worry. So milestone 7, pagination. As I said before, you have to calculate the limit number, the number for the limit, because Mongoose doesn't understand page 1 or page 2. You have to calculate the first 100 item, or the second 100 item, the second 100 item, yeah, or the third 100 item. So you have to calculate the number to the number to skip, right? Set like this. The number to skip. For example, if you want to see 10 results per page, and you want to see page number 5, which means you have to skip 40, right? Cool. You have to skip 40 in order to see. Oh no, you have to skip. I don't know. Yeah, it depends. For 40 or 50, I don't know. I don't really know. Yeah, you have to test it. And actually, this one is how you give it a default page. For example, page number 1. You always give a default page. If you don't have a default page, the whole thing will like break, right? The whole app will break. Same thing here, the limit. default will be 2. I don't know why I put a limit here, 2 here, but it doesn't, you can change it 1 to 10 actually, it doesn't matter. So if you take a look at the request query.page, and I multiply 1 here, which is kind of stupid, right? If you think in case of math, you get a number and then you multiply 1, it is stupid, but this is a shorthand for JavaScript, in JavaScript, so that you can convert a string into a number, right? A string into a number, right? Instead of doing pass in this variable, I do this variable multiplied by 1, and JavaScript is smart enough to convert that string into a number. So to test with you, yes, exactly. Yep, you have to like test with the Postman. That's why I said yesterday you need to I fix a problem for Daniel yesterday. We really depend a lot on Postman, right? We depend a lot on Postman. Okay, here's explanation, and yeah, that's pretty much it for today lab. It may look like a lot here, but it's straightforward and it's simple. There's no behind the scenes stuff, right? Okay, and I hope you guys can finish it. And I will be here until 4 p.m. And after 4, I have to go out to help with the staff in code school. So I will stay here before 4. So if you have questions, just ask me. All right. And do you have any questions? So one more thing I want to say is the filter here is very important. If you want to in your final project, right? If you want to impress the audience, I think like you need to master the filter here. You explore more filter on this one. You explore more additional like how to filter a lot of stuff. For example, our tour app right now in the future will look a lot like Airbnb, right? It's look a lot like Airbnb. For Airbnb, you have a bunch of filter. You can filter based on the location. You can filter based on the room number for a house or apartment. You can filter on like what kind of the owner is. Does it allow pet or not? Is it on floor 10 or is it on floor 100? Sometimes something like that. So you have a lot of filters like that. So I think filter here is very important for your project. So spend a lot of time on this, and it will be successful. So question from Joris: did you get static method is not a function error? No, not at all. Static method, no. You need to do this. You need to do this. So for document middleware, you can use this constructor, this dot constructor to call the parent, because this function, this method belongs to the parent class, right? And also yeah, I don't know exactly what your problem is, but there are 2 big notes that you have to pay attention. Another one is this, I already explained it, so just take a look at these 2 lines and check again. Right, someone log into my account. I'm being kicked out. So I'm gonna end everything here, and good luck on your lab. Right. See you guys.